I would like to welcome you to the Great Valley campus of Penn State University. This is one of 19 plus campuses that are a part of the Pennsylvania State University. There are 19 undergraduate, primarily campuses around the state. There's University Park, and then these are called special mission campuses. Great Valley is a special mission campus, primarily focused on graduate and continuing education. So you're part of a pretty big system in the state of Pennsylvania. My name is John Ayers from Penn State. I'm the co-director of the Northeastern IPM Center, which is one of the sponsors of this Green Blue Summit. The people that work the hardest on this are the IPM Community Working Group as a part of the Northeastern IPM Center. So real quickly, if you people would raise your hands, stand up or something so we know where that working group is. These are the people that really work to put this together. The other people that worked hard are my co-director from Cornell University and the staff we have at the IPM Center up there, Carrie Kaplinka-Lair. Amy Galford is probably out front. Liz Myers is probably out front. Oh, there she is. And another one that did an awful lot but couldn't be here because of a health problem in her family is Liz Thomas. She did a lot of the work too. I'm only going to be up here for just a couple of minutes to welcome you, to point out to you in your packet there is a call for a grants program to address the issues identified in this summit. Tomorrow afternoon there's going to be a marketing workshop where you're going to hopefully develop some ideas of messages that need to get extended to the general public. There will be a grants program to do that. It'll be competitive, $2,500 limit, has to be done by April. The proposals are due by September 7th. We only need a page or two, a brief budget. You are the first people to see this RFA other than those of us that drafted it. It will go out to our general list sometime after this summit, probably next week. But you are the first ones to see it. It's in your packet, so we hope to see some, we would welcome proposals from folks in this room. With that, Rick, who's supposed to come up next? Lynn?
Oh. Good morning. My name is Lynn Braband. I'm with the New York State IPM program of Cornell University and co-chair of the Community IPM Working Group of the Northeast IPM Center. I am just very briefly going to give you a quick history of how we got to where we are today with the summit, and then highlight an overview of what we'll be doing. In March of '05, the Northeast IPM Center organized its first regional conference, and the focus of that conference, which was held in Manchester, New Hampshire, was on community and urban IPM. And at that conference, the participants were asked to submit what they consider the most important issues in community and urban IPM, and then after this, their suggestions were aggregated. The same group voted on which issues they felt were most critical or had the highest priority. And by far, the issue which received the most number of votes was developing IPM outreach to homeowners, retailers of pest management products, and the multipliers that reach them, such as media, libraries, and teachers. Our working group followed up on that in our meetings in '05 with setting IPM in residential settings as our sole priority. And we've really been working under that since then. Fairly shortly after that, through interactions, particularly Mary Kay and others had with several of you who are on the Water Quality Committee, resulted in this topic in terms of the interface, if you will, between water quality and residential IPM. So we have sought to organize key people from diverse backgrounds and affiliation, which represent you guys here. Quick overview of this summit. First, in our plenary session, we'll be looking at the big picture, if you will, from which this topic of water quality and residential IPM is embedded. Then we'll be breaking into two sessions, one focusing on turf and the second on structural. And while I mentioned the structural, for those of you who plan to participate in the structural, please bring along these little pads and pencils that you have in front of you with them. Just don't leave them here, but bring them into the structural session. Thank you. And then tomorrow, our major theme is getting the word out, if you will, or communication. This summit, this two-day summit, is very obviously or purposely organized in a workshop format. In other words, there are products which we seek to result from this, and as John has already mentioned, that there will be some funding associated with the potential of making those products work, if you will, or come to fruition.